Pripyat, the city that time abandoned. Birth of a Soviet atom city. In the dense forests of northern Ukraine, near a quiet river that once symbolized life and progress, stands a city frozen in time. Apartment blocks stare endlessly into empty streets. A Ferris wheel waits for riders who will never arrive. Nature slowly reclaims what humanity once built with pride. This is Pripyat, once one of the youngest and most modern cities in the Soviet Union, now one of the most haunting ghost towns on Earth. Founded to serve nuclear ambition, Pripyat became both a symbol of technological optimism and a permanent reminder of catastrophe. To understand Pripyat, we must begin with its geography, its purpose, and the ideology that shaped it. Geography, where Pripyat stands. Pripyat is located in northern Ukraine within Kyiv Oblast, close to the border with Belarus. Its precise coordinates are 51 degrees 24 minutes 17 seconds north, 30 degrees 03 minutes 25 seconds east. The city lies within the Polisia region, a vast lowland area characterized by dense pine and birch forests, extensive wetlands and marshes, sandy soils, numerous rivers and tributaries. Pripyat is named after the Pripyat River, a major tributary of the Dnieper River, which flows south towards Kyiv and the Black Sea. The river system once supported fishing, transportation, and ecological diversity. The city sits at an elevation of approximately 111 meters above sea level and covers an area of 6.59 square kilometers. Its remote geography was not accidental. Soviet planners deliberately chose a sparsely populated zone, a location far from major urban centers, terrain capable of supporting large industrial infrastructure. Despite these precautions, the environment would later become one of the most contaminated landscapes on Earth. The Soviet vision, an Atomgrad is born. Pripyat was founded on 4th February 1970 as the 9th Atomgrad, a specialized Soviet city built to house nuclear workers and their families. Atomgrads were designed to showcase scientific excellence, socialist urban planning, and a superior quality of life for skilled workers. Unlike military closed cities, Pripyat was not secretive. The Soviet Union considered nuclear power safe and progressive. Nuclear energy was promoted under the slogan, "The Peaceful Atom." The city was built to serve the Chernobyl Nuclear Power Plant, located roughly 3 kilometers northwest of Pripyat. Ironically, the plant was named after the older town of Chernobyl, not Pripyat itself. Originally, planners intended to build the plant closer to Kyiv. However, scientists from the Ukrainian Academy of Sciences warned against placing a nuclear facility so near the capital. As a result, both the plant and Pripyat were relocated approximately 100 kilometers north of Kyiv. A model Soviet city, Pripyat was officially granted city status in 1979. By 1986, it was one of the youngest cities in the Soviet Union. Its population had grown to nearly 49,400 residents, with an average age of just 26 years, remarkably young by Soviet standards. The city was meticulously planned: wide boulevards, modern concrete apartment blocks, green spaces integrated into residential zones, cultural and recreational facilities within walking distance. This was a city built for families, engineers, scientists, and skilled laborers. Life in Pripyat before the disaster. Pripyat offered a quality of life rarely matched in the USSR. Housing: over 13,400 apartments in 160 apartment buildings. Additional residence halls for single workers and married couples. Total living space exceeding 658,000 square meters. Education: 15 kindergartens and elementary schools, 5 secondary schools, nearly 12,000 students and children enrolled. Healthcare: a modern hospital with 410 beds, 3 outpatient clinics. Culture: the energetic Palace of Culture, a cinema, music and art schools, amateur theatre groups and technical societies. Sports and recreation: indoor swimming pools, gyms and stadiums, shooting ranges, parks and playgrounds filled with thousands of trees and rose bushes. Pripyat was not merely a workers' settlement, it was a showcase of Soviet modernity. The amusement park that never opened. Among Pripyat's most iconic landmarks is the Pripyat Amusement Park. At its center stood a Ferris wheel painted bright yellow, scheduled to open on 1st of May 1986 in celebration of International Workers' Day. The park also included bumper cars, swings, games and kiosks. The disaster struck 5 days before the grand opening. The Ferris wheel never turned for the public, becoming a global symbol of abandoned joy. The night everything changed. On 26 April 1986, reactor number 4 at the Chernobyl Nuclear Power Plant exploded during a late-night safety test. Radioactive material was released into the atmosphere, contaminating vast areas of Ukraine, Belarus and beyond. Yet Pripyat's residents were not immediately informed. Children went to school, people walked their dogs. Life continued, unknowingly under invisible radiation. Pripyat was built as a monument to progress. Within hours, it became a silent witness to the greatest nuclear disaster in history. Short announcement. Residents were told the evacuation was temporary. They would return in 3 days. They should bring only essentials. Buses arrived, over 1,200 of them. By evening, Pripyat was empty. The population of nearly 50,000 dropped to 0, a status it retains to this day. Administrative control and the exclusion zone. Pripyat became part of the Chernobyl exclusion zone, a restricted area established to limit radiation exposure. Administratively, the city is located in Vysherod Rayon, governed directly from Kyiv, managed by the State Agency of Ukraine on the Exclusion Zone Management, supervised by the State Emergency Service of Ukraine. No postal code exists, no permanent residents remain. Life after humans. Although abandoned, Pripyat did not die. Liquidators. Thousands of cleanup workers, known as liquidators, operated in the city during the late 1980s and 90s. The Azure swimming pool remained operational until 1996, used by these workers to maintain morale and health. Nature reclaims the city. With humans gone, nature returned rapidly. Forests spread into streets. Animals, wolves, deer, boars, foxes moved freely through apartment courtyards. Trees grew through balconies and classrooms. Pripyat became an unintended experiment in rewilding. Despite lingering radiation, biodiversity increased, challenging assumptions about human impact on ecosystems. Wildfires and environmental risk. In 2020, wildfires swept through parts of the exclusion zone, reaching the outskirts of Pripyat. Although the nuclear plant itself was not damaged, the fires raised concerns about redistribution of radioactive particles and long-term ecological stability. Return of former residents. On 4 February 2020, former residents returned briefly to Pripyat to mark 50 years since its founding. It was the first organized return since 1986. They walked streets they once knew. They stood outside homes they never reclaimed. And then they left again. War returns to Pripyat. In February 2022, during the Russian invasion of Ukraine, Pripyat was once again occupied, this time by military forces. After heavy fighting during the Battle of Chernobyl, Russian troops withdrew on 31 March 2022. By 3 April 2022, Ukrainian forces had retaken control. Even as a ghost town, Pripyat remained strategically significant. Today, Pripyat stands as a historical monument, a controlled tourist site, a warning etched in concrete and silence. Its population remains zero. Clocks still hang on walls. Textbooks remain open. The Ferris wheel still waits. Pripyat was never meant to die. It was built for families, futures, and faith in technology. Instead, it became a memorial to human error and institutional failure. Yet, in its silence, Pripyat tells a powerful story about ambition without humility, about progress without caution, and about nature's quiet resilience. Pripyat is not just a ghost town, it is a lesson written in radiation, concrete, and time.